Hi, I'm Merrick D'Amato,
And I am Matt.
and welcome back to Mindbreakers.
Whoa.
Well, it's around that time again.
Oh boy.
This time is more arbitrary than other times,
Oh.
but I like to kind of space out the Nightmare on Elm Street reviews with their associated Friday the 13th reviews.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, because we got another another Friday the 13th coming surprisingly fucking rapidly.
Yeah.
It's time to look at Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5.
Oh, yippee.
The Dream Child.
Oh, yay.
This is technically the end of a story arc.
Yeah.
In Nightmare on Elm Street. The one that started with... Technically started with 1, but like this arc really started with 3 and 3, and then it continued in 4, and then it continues again in this one.
Yeah.
This is from 1989. 5 out of 10 rating.
Damn.
The pregnant Alice finds Freddy Krueger striking through the sleeping mind of her unborn child, hoping to be reborn into the real world.
Okay.
This, it has everyone you'd expect it to have. Can't really not have Robert Englund.
Yeah, for real.
And, I remember it having a shocking lack of gore.
I also remember that, yeah.
For this type of movie.
Yeah.
Like, you expect a certain level of, like, blood and guts for a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but this one... I don't know. I had to check if maybe this one was PG-13.
Oh, sure.
It was so tame.
Oh, damn.
Like, but hey, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah.
Let's watch The Dream Child.
Let's do it.
Delivers A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child.
Well, I said before watching this, I said to Matt, in my opinion, this may be the worst Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Excluding the remake, obviously.
Yeah, oh man.
Because even though it's technically not as bad as Part 6, it's also a hell of a lot less interesting.
Yeah.
And this is just...
I don't know, this one is just...
We spent the last few weeks watching 2-hour movies, and this felt longer.
Yeah, like, there are a lot of slow moments in this one. Like, way too much for a nightmare film.
Like, I like slow burn horror.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love The Shining, The Exorcist, but this isn't one of those.
No, because at this
point...
The
first one is slow burn.
Yeah.
And it works for the first one.
Yeah, because you're still not sure
but
what's happening.
Part 5...
Yeah, exactly. By this point, we know the script. Like, come on.
You know what's going to happen. And unless you're doing something completely different, like there's not actually a Freddy.
Yeah.
Like this time it is just hysteria. That's one thing, but...
I know. This one is... The last time I watched all of the Nightmares, like in a row, like I was telling you, was when Spike did like a marathon. And like I think I tapped out on this one.
I think this is my first time ever watching this one just on its own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'll put on 1, I'll put on 3, I'll put on 7 just to watch. But 2, 4, 5, and 6, I will only watch in marathon.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, this one is definitely one of the weakest one, I think.
We begin with a very artistically shot sex scene.
Yeah, we sure do.
And then Alice goes to take a shower.
Yep.
And then brown stuff comes out of the drain. and she goes down to investigate.
Yeah.
No, I would be like, oh shit, get out of the fucking shower
I'm not
immediately.
touching that brown stuff, man. The fuck? Like, come on.
Like,
That's your bed.
I turn the water off, dry off, get out of the tub.
Yeah.
Like, get out of the tub first. Let it drain, then plunge it. I wouldn't do whatever you're doing, lady.
Sticking her hand down the fucking...
Never do that.
Never do that.
You won't like whatever comes out of there. If you must, go get a pair of rubber gloves or something.
Get like a stick.
Wire coat hanger.
Yeah.
Fold out a wire coat hanger and reach down. And then it's the shower starts spraying water and she can't turn it off, and then the knobs explode off and water comes out of them, and she can't open the door for some reason. Then it fills with water, and then she's in the insane asylum where a nun is going around who's revealed to be Amanda Kruger because she checks her name tag.
Yeah. She has like a little like...
So, and basically she shows it to the camera, but she's checking it, and I'm like, lady, you're surrounded by 100 presumably murderous crazy people. Maybe if you lose the name tag, it's not a big deal. Maybe if you didn't do that, you'd have made it out.
Yeah, and shot of Mr. Kruger himself.
Yeah, Robert Englund is one of the main... Presumably this is the one who's actually...
Yeah.
Because he's referred to as the son of 100 maniacs, but that's not actually possible. Unless he was somehow cloned, but if it was some kind of a science experiment, but no. Which means that Amanda Kruger has pathetically weak cells. If basically popped out a clone of the dad.
Yeah.
Like the dad in Norm of the North has no fucking DNA because the daughter is like a clone of the mom.
Yeah.
Also, if you've ever watched Norm of the North, you have my sympathies. So they're counting. It's like, oh, it's 100. Just leave it, and then they lock up for the weekend.
She gets surrounded by them.
Mm-hmm.
Wakes up.
Yeah, Alice wakes up in bed. And then rolls over to talk to her boyfriend, what's his name from the last movie?
Dan?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, Daniel.
Danny, one of them.
Danny boy. I think this is the first time I've seen a movie of this type with a character called Danny where no one makes a Danny boy joke.
True, yeah.
I don't know if that's trying to not do the cliche or just being utterly just not even thinking of the cliche. Weird.
Probably not even thinking of it.
It is also kind of... It's probably unintentional because this came out before this, but he died... He has the motorbike Ghost Rider ass death, and my favorite Ghost Rider is Danny Ketch. Maybe the comic chose the name for this movie, but I fucking doubt it. Anyway, they're...
We get another jump scare.
It's instead of being Dan, it's Robert. It's Robert Englund, and he goes "Rawr," and then she wakes up for real. And it's graduation. We meet the victims for this movie.
You get to hear the line that was stuck in my head for years. I couldn't remember what it was from, which is fucking Mark going, "Let's blow."
That's Dan.
Oh no! It was the funny comic guy that did it.
Was it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Why would he be the valedictorian?
Oh.
I thought that was Dan.
No, it could be. Either way, he says, let's fucking blow this pop stand.
He has a pair of those like holographic eyeglasses that you get and are really cool for like 2 days, and they go in your drawer and you forget they exist until they break.
Guess you're a bunch of morons.
Remember when they did goggles like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I sure do, yeah.
I had the Dino Eye ones.
I think I also had something similar like that. You know, they're all graduating.
Yep.
Rich parents are being rich parents and yelling at their friends.
There's Greta, whose personality trait is that her mom wants her to be a supermodel.
Yep.
There's Yvonne.
Swimmer?
Yeah, she's a swimmer. But she's the one who gets to survive, so she's actually a complex character.
Yeah. She's also a nurse, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or a Candy Striper, I think. She's a nurse in training.
Yeah.
Or something. And then there's Mark, who is his personality trait is that he likes comics and is scared of blood.
Yeah.
And his hand being cut is one of the only scenes of blood in this movie.
Yeah.
That and the porcelain doll scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is shocking.
True, eh? Yeah, fuck. I didn't even think about that.
Very little gore in this movie. There's very little meat in these gym mats.
Goddamn.
But they do the thing. Alice is sad her dad's not there, but he is there. He's in the back watching because he thought he'd embarrass her just by existing.
He's being all drunk. He's actually fixed his life together.
Mm-hmm.
Good for him.
They're like, hey, we can have the party at Alice's house. And she's like, guys, you're not going to drink. And my dad's a recovering alcoholic. No.
Oh, yeah. Our bad, actually. Yeah.
So they're going to have a pool party.
Yeah, because Yvonne has, like, the keys.
Yep, because she's going to lock up after practice. Congratulations, Yvonne. You're never going to get to lock up again.
No.
So they talk with him. He's doing better. He's still going to the meetings.
Yeah, he's probably, like, one of the more likable characters in the movie.
Especially considering what he was last movie.
Yeah. Well,
like, gotta give this guy character development. He's...
And I'm glad they stuck with it, too, not just, like, 180 again. No, he's a cool dude. Yeah, they're all getting ready to go to a party.
Thinking about their futures.
Yeah.
Alice and Daniel are planning to take a trip to Paris. It's funny, it's like, it's coached, but this flight stops in Paris. I'm like, okay, when you say stops in Paris, do you mean your destination is Paris? Or there's a layaway in Paris and you're going somewhere else? Because, cool, you're going to look at the Paris airport.
Yippee.
Get some duty-free cheese or something.
Getting duty-free cheese, man. Goddamn. Airports scare me.
They should.
Yeah, they should.
You know what also kind of scares me? There are people who are like voting like fully adults now who don't remember before all the airport security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I find the concept of people born after 9/11, like
no, I get it.
Being adults, just fucking weird.
Yeah, no, I get that.
It's like way back when I was when I was at Dawson, I was walking home and I saw this like billboard for Teletoon Retro, and it was a picture of one of the Rugrats. It's like no, you don't understand. Teletoon Retro is like the '60s Spider-Man and old Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
We don't do this yet.
This can't be retro. I watched this on TV.
Oh yeah, no, we're there. We're there now, sadly. I'll take the graduation photo.
Yeah, they take the photo. The football coach is there for some reason.
He's talking to Danny, and I think he just walked in on set accidentally.
Then,
she's on her way to her job.
Yep, and then she falls asleep for 4 hours.
Somehow.
And is this where she meets Jacob?
No, she meets Jacob in the hospital.
Ah, right. This is where...
This is her, like, walking through the asylum for the first time.
Yeah, she runs into Amanda Kruger.
Yeah.
Follows her up to basically the house from Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
This is a big Gothic architecture Tim Burton house.
Very cool set.
Yeah, she looks around. She
The baby carriage.
Yep. Freddy rebirths himself out of.
Oh yeah, that's that whole scene. Yeah, because we get the
and then we get like fucking 3D Squelton here, running around.
Yeah, we see Amanda birth the.
It's Alice on the gurney, and then Alice is watching, and it's Amanda on the gurney.
Yeah, what does the fucking Mary say? It's like a gift from God.
This is a child of it because like she sees it come out looking like 3D Squelton.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a child of God. It's like that is no child of God. Then it runs off and grows into some like mutant version of Freddy with like a very like fucked up hand and foot.
So you get like every sound effects library thing in the planet. Holy shit!
And then we get what I consider a trailer line is Freddy. Like Freddy puts on the hat with his fucked up long arm, and says, "It's a boy!"
I know how to defeat you and blah, blah, blah. And Freddy goes, "I'm back, bitch," or something, and then she opens the door and she's at the diner like 4 hours later.
Yep.
Coworkers understandably pissed.
Yeah, because someone has to, because she got 4 hours of that shift she had to do herself. And it's entirely possible she's not getting overtime.
Probably not.
Because, I mean, this is...
In the 80s? Late 80s?
In the States in food service?
Yeah, no. That shouldn't be happening.
So, congratulations, Alice. You're going to be fired. I'd fire you.
Yeah.
Fuck, if I was that coworker, I'd suggest to the boss, fire Alice.
She immediately calls Dan, though.
Yep.
Because he also knows about the whole Kruger shit.
Yeah, because he's from
He was there.
He was caught in the time loop last movie.
She tells him he's back. And she's fucking freaking out because, I mean, understandably so, yeah.
So he's driving the car, he listens to the radio, and his mom comes on the radio and talks about how much he hates her son because he's stupid.
He's like, "Mom? The fuck?"
So I'm Freddy's like, "You should kill the little bastard," and then seatbelts wrap around Dan. And he drives really fast.
Freddy becomes part of the truck. He also makes it a European car.
Yeah, but he makes it a fucking theme park car with 2 steering wheels.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, weird Freddy. He grabs a bottle of alcohol, splashes on his arm, pops his own arm off, and like
sticks it to the ceiling or something.
For some fucking reason. It's like, Freddy, what are you doing?
He's just insane at this point. Like, come on.
Oh, I took my arm off.
They crash. He goes through the window. He's fine.
And then he comes out all tattered up and steals a bike because his car keys are gone.
Yeah.
So the bike has the keys left in it. So he rides off, and then Freddy's face comes, like a really cool like wires and metal Freddy face comes out of the bike, and references what the dad said to the coach, like, "He's got the need for speed." And then the bike merges into Dan, and then he drives into hell.
Yeah.
And then Alice wakes up screaming. She does that a lot.
Well, she gets the vision of Dan being thrown into hell. So she runs outside, and then
very organic hell too.
Yeah. She runs outside, and there's a huge explosion.
Yep.
Big accident. Some dude who is just in a long sleeve red sweater and a hat.
Yep. Who's
the trucker was like, he fucking came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't know what to do. And it's Dan in the car or in the truck, dying or dead.
He's in the sweater and the hat, and we're supposed to think for a second that it's Fred.
Yeah.
But he's not Fred.
He's not Fred.
He's just a dude.
And then he gets one last jump scare.
Let's make babies together.
Then she passes out.
And she wakes up in hospital. We find out she's pregnant.
Yeah, Yvonne tells her everything that happened.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead. He's dead. She is pregnant.
Yep.
A little bit pregnant. My bad.
A little bit rock and roll.
That life just kind of continues for a bit.
Yeah, no one believes that Freddy's back because I guess people are stupid now. Because like this has been happening in this town since like 1983.
Yeah, and even if you want to take the bullshit that fucking Freddy vs. Jason does, where it's like everyone just collectively agreed to not remember it.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet, but like even with that, it'd still be stupid. Like, come on, y'all, come on. It's happened enough times. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Go on.
It's like, were none of you at the school when people just started dying? Like, have you all moved here from other places?
Did we evacuate Elm Street? Like, what's going on here?
That one held.
Nah, I guess not.
Nothing of real interest happens. There's some character shit, and then...
honestly, a lot of it is just telling her she's fucking crazy.
We see Greta. She's the model.
Yeah.
She's the model. We see her room, and it's. I'm convinced this is the room from an entirely different horror movie because it's full of porcelain dolls.
Yeah.
Like, this is that one level of Resident Evil 8.
Yeah. Gets called for dinner. One of the dolls drops and shatters.
It's a dinner scene very reminiscent of Beetlejuice. Like, her mom is dressed and looks a lot like Mrs. Dietz.
That sounds right. Yeah, it's been a while.
Lydia's the kid.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the sequel yet. I'm not terribly interested, but I've heard good things.
She's telling her daughter to eat. She very obviously falls asleep at the table.
And then Freddy shows up and force feeds her a Barbie doll and stuff. It's weird. This is the only time the glove is used, and it's like a weird spoon glove.
The effect was cool.
Yeah.
The stuff face is neat. It doesn't play into anything, though.
No.
When we come back to the real world, she's just standing on a chair and choking. Yeah.
Then she dies. And then all the food in Alice's fridge rots, and we see
Freddy and
Freddy and Greta
pulling her in. The sign that says "Die, bitch."
Classy Freddy.
Classic Freddy. Yeah, I like Greta's dead.
Yep.
Mark
believes now.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it, sure.
He's skateboarding around his dad's warehouse.
He's down on that Kruger, and Yvonne is still like, shut up, no. Oh, Lord.
And he goes and gets a lot of like newspaper clippings about Freddy. We get our first like actual confirmation in the series that Freddy's not just a child murderer; he molests kids. We see there's a newspaper article that's like child molester Freddy Krueger. So that's interesting, I guess.
Yeah, because was that ever brought up in other movies?
Not really, just that he killed kids.
Okay.
But not that there's a sexual bent.
Yeah. I
mean, I'm pretty sure there was, but it didn't really go into it.
Yeah.
Which I don't think it needed to, but I don't have a problem with this.
By the way, Mark believes now.
Yep. He's in. And he's like, oh, if I were this comic book character. Yeah, but you're not this comic book character. He's like, yeah, but...
Yeah, you are not Iron Fist with guns.
Fucking Phantom Prowler is just... It's exactly... Okay, I'd criticize, but it's his fucking OC that he's drawing in fucking high school. Of course it's shit. Of course it's shit.
I'm happy at least one of them like just got on the side of it, because I'm done with dumbasses.
Yvonne still doesn't believe.
Yeah, for some reason.
We meet Jacob in the hospital.
Oh yeah. And
he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Jacob." Oh, I really like that name. So yeah.
Heard your boyfriend died.
Sorry about that.
How'd you hear about that? Oh, you just look sad. Okay.
How'd you know my name? Because I can read minds. It's written on your backpack. I don't care. I love Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
No, good time. Great time with that movie. She kind of figures out that we need to find Amanda, because Amanda told her to find her. And she figures, well, she's probably the closest one that knows how to beat this guy.
But her grave is empty, and because she killed herself, her body is bound to wherever she died, and wherever her body is, and so we got to find that. And then Mark gets sucked into a sketchbook.
Oh yeah,
and it goes all "Take on Me" music video.
And then kind of smart, like Alice draws a little stick figure and points to it and says Alice, so she can jump in as well. I'm glad we get small stuff like that. It's
I wish she went in as a stick figure.
Same.
But I don't think this had the effects for that yet.
No. We meet Jacob again in this house after Mark gets fucking annihilated.
And it's like, my mom doesn't like me. She doesn't even care to think about me.
Oh, that's not true. I bet your mother's really worried. No. My friend told me. He's got a weird hand. Oh, fuck.
Or his friend is Freddy Krueger. Oh, no.
Jacob, no, come back!
And,
They both get out, well, I'd say unscathed. Mark's hands get
he has cuts on his hands. And...
She goes to get an ultrasound.
Yeah.
Make sure her baby's okay. Because she figures out that...
Apparently babies, even though she can't be more than, like, a week or two pregnant. So, it has a heartbeat. Like, what? Oh, it doesn't.
She does surmise that the Krueger's using the baby's dreams to reach her.
Yeah.
Gets an ultrasound.
The parents, Daniel's parents are like, yo, we want the baby. We're going to take it.
Because a doctor heard a teenage girl who's pregnant and had to see two of her friends dead is going, she sounds a bit hysterical.
Now, in their defense, Alice is a single mom.
Oh, yeah.
Living at home at her dad's house.
Yeah.
Who just presumably lost her job.
Oh, yeah.
I also do think that it's possible for them to help out
yeah,
without taking the kid.
That's the thing. Like, I think like just them offering to help would have been a nice gesture.
You don't need to take the baby.
Yeah. Like, come on now. Luckily, the dad steps to her side. Because he's a cool guy now.
And he's like, all right, get the fuck out of my house.
And Mark's
you come in here, I feel really bad for Mark, because he's just like, It's like when you go to your friend's house for dinner and the parents start fighting and they're like...
Exactly. Like, because he just went there to like talk about some of the Amanda Krueger stuff.
They're like, I like mashed potatoes.
That was pretty good. They leave because obviously she's kind of pissed.
Yeah.
Which, like, yeah.
You can feel how awkward everything is for Mark.
Poor guy.
They leave. Mark falls asleep. He has his dream.
Well, she decides to also sleep.
Yep.
To go find Amanda.
Mm.
So Mark's staying awake. And then Yvonne is also in her swim class.
Yeah, she goes to the hot tub and she
sleep.
goes under the hot tub.
Yeah.
Which you're not supposed to do, but all right.
Presumably she falls asleep because she's in the dream world now.
But she does her thing where she's going to dive off the diving board. But it turns into a Freddy hand and she jumps off and she lands in a rusty metal box.
Yeah.
With chains. I guess.
Yeah.
Now, she believes. She gets out, but she believes now.
Yeah, Alice saves her.
And Mark's in a room full of comic books. And despite, like, basically a treasure trove of fucking comics, he goes for the black and white, no dialogue KC horror comics called Nightmares Unbound or whatever it's called. That it basically the storyboards for the movie. Decides to read that instead of literally anything else.
Sees himself, goes, that's weird. Gets sucked in.
It's black and white except for him.
Yeah.
Freddy skateboarding at him with a skateboard with claws on it.
Eats part of Greta.
Yeah. Drops Greta. She explodes into blood and porcelain. And then Mark turns into the Phantom Prowler.
Sure does.
And unloads guns into Freddy, and then Freddy becomes Super Freddy, who's faster than a bastard maniac, more powerful than a local madman. It's Super Freddy.
He's got a cape and everything too. It's fucking
big
great.
lightning bolt. He's jacked, and it really because Phantom Prowler seems to just be like a fucking Punisher type character. Of course, the Punisher has no chance against Superman because he's bulletproof now.
He kills Mark by like turning him into paper and slicing him up.
Yeah, and then all the color drains out of him.
Then we come back to the world for like a second and he's fucking dead.
This is not a good death scene.
No. I think the concept is cool.
But him waving around as a screaming piece of paper, it's like, look, I know his character's two-dimensional, but this is ridiculous.
Then Mark's dead. Yvonne believes now.
Yep.
So she's off to find Amanda's grave site.
She finds a skeleton behind a wall.
Yeah. Alice goes to sleep to fight Freddy.
Alice, Amanda comes in with a fucking John Woo of doves. And animes.
Yeah.
It's like, your birth was a curse on the whole of humanity.
Jacob's hanging out with Freddy.
Yeah.
Runs to his mom. Like, we get fucking MC Escher.
Yeah, this is like the woman, a magical villain is trying to. A teenage girl is trying to save a baby from a magical villain in an Escher staircase. This is Labyrinth.
Yeah. Yeah.
All we needed was Freddy doing the from the bottom stair to the top stair.
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Amanda comes in.
Yep.
Absorbs
Freddy into her womb, turns him into a baby again.
Jacob
puts the baby into, and Jacob turns into a baby, and then he gets absorbed into Alice's womb, and then a hand comes out of Amanda's stomach as she flies backwards through doors that close and then explode until the last one shuts. That's made of metal.
We cut to the baby being born.
Oh, there's also an intensely weird scene where she's getting the ultrasound, and we see a giant baby, which is much further along than it should be at this point, because this is like a full baby, not a fetus.
Yeah, you put it, they got Tron.
She gets troned into the ultrasound machine, and like Freddy's feeding souls into Jacob to turn him evil.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a brief bit of Jacob turning into an evil Jacob. It's like, teach me how to kill people.
Movie ends.
And they're having a picnic, and then
hopscotch girl's there. Not hopscotch, jump rope. Movie ends.
Yep.
It was a movie.
Yep.
It was a real movie.
Then it ends with a rap song.
Sure does.
Not Nightmare on My Street, unfortunately.
Sad.
Now, we are 5 for 5 Nightmare on Elm Street movies that don't end or have at any point, welcome to my nightmare.
True, eh? Yeah.
I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. Which is weird, because I don't think the sixth one has it either.
No.
But it does have Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Like, as a character.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie is not good.
No, it's not that great, no.
There are technically worse ones in the series, but they're also more interesting.
Yeah. This one is boring.
Yeah.
It's got some decent stuff in it, but overall...
The set design's great.
Set design's great. Some of the effects are really good.
The music's good, but it feels more like a John Carpenter action chase than a horror movie.
But it's a boring movie with some good stuff in it.
Yeah. Set design's always good, though, so that's something at least. But
I'm sure if you're watching this like in a marathon, it won't be as bad.
Yeah.
Watching this standalone, though,
But that was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, The Dream Child. End of the Dream trilogy.
Yep.
Because there's Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, then Dream Warriors, Dream Master, and Dream Child are their own trilogy. The next time we look at Nightmare on Elm Street, it's going to be very different. It's entirely own thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to get really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And it was one of the ones that when I first watched it was the most disappointing. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So until next time, I've been Marek D'Amato.
I've been Matt.
Ciao.
Bye-bye.